Good afternoon and welcome to OG Dweeb. Here it is, finally, the unboxing of the Oregon Trail board game. I got this last year as a Christmas gift from my niece, and we just still haven't had an opportunity to play it. But I wanted to go ahead and unbox it, take a look at what's what, and maybe I'll take it to OG Junior's house next week when I go to visit. Let's take a look. Alright, on the back here we have some flavor text, a few example cards, and an example of the board game setup. It says the game is for 2 to 4 players ages 14 and up, which is interesting because Oregon Trail was originally a school children's game, but, you know, us older adults are the ones that really probably connect with it much more. It says, the year is 1848, the place is Independence, Missouri. You and your family have just joined a wagon train headed to Willamette Valley to find your fortune in the West. As you begin your trek through this new territory, you'll place tiles to discover the trails, rivers, forts, and towns ahead of you. The scenic journey would almost be perfect. If it weren't for disease. Dysentery, anyone? Starvation, drowning, rattlesnakes, and other hazards that will plague you along the way. With limited space for supplies, you'll find yourself debating the pros and cons of traveling in a wagon with so many people. As winters grow harsher, supplies dwindle, and food grows scarce. Players will begin their expedition with their wagons, their families, some food, and a pistol. They'll trek across dangerous terrain, be faced with deadly calamities, and have to hunt for food to avoid starvation. Until, eventually, they find themselves safe in Willamette Valley. Relive your fond memories of one of the world's most beloved computer games as you race your friends to find victory in the Oregon Trail journey to Willamette Valley. And then down here we've got the contents of the board. We've got a game board, 48 trail tiles, 32 coins, 1 die. I assume they mean dice, but die, you know, it has a dual meaning in this game. 97 cards, which include 25 hunting, 56 calamities, 8 wagon upgrades, 8 market prices, 72 small cube supplies, which is 12 pistols, 10 compasses, 10 medicine, and 40 meat. And then you have 20 large supply cubes, 4 shotguns, 6 wagon parts, 6 winter clothing, and 4 hitchhikers? That's different. Player pieces, 4 player wagons, 4 player mats, and 16 family members. Alrighty, I've taken off the plastic and the box lid, and here's what we've got. Some kind of I don't know what this is. Cardboard spacer, I guess. And some tissue paper to protect everything. This is the game board. Let's see here. Let's see if we can, let's see. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's upside down. Alright, so it's a long, let's see if I can even raise my camera high enough to get it all in. It's like a long track. Alright. Okay, so there's the game board. Let's see, this one went and then that one. Okay, then we've got our instruction manual. Okay, well, maybe we'll take a look through that. And looks like we've got all our dice and our small game cubes, our players. Let's see. You can be yellow, red, blue, or purple. Old man OGs definitely want to be the yellow, and I'm usually red, so we're good there. There's the dice down here. The large and the small cubes. Okay. Good deal. I like the way that those are packaged. They're individual and they're all put together. Oh boy, right on the top, bandits killed a family member? What? We'll have to look through some of these. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's the calamity cards. And these must be the hunting and the economy cards. And then here are the player mats. You have an individual. This is pretty common in worker placement type games. It looks like this has got a combination of like a tile placement and a worker placement. As well as some money management or resource management as well, of course. But anyway, you got one in each color. Wait a minute. Hold up. Oh yeah, there was blue. Okay. I was like, is blue a different color? Okay. And then it looks like we've got some punching out to do. I kind of figured we would. Here's the coins and the tiles. So I'll get to punching those out. I'm hoping, I did not look, that there's a small spare bag in with the resources cubes to put these in. All right, let me go ahead and punch everything out. We'll see what we got. We'll look through the cards also. One sec. All right. Unfortunately, there were no extra, like, small little parts, baggies included. So, good old Ziploc it is. But I discovered through my punch out, worse than any dysentery is snow, all right? So we have some snow tiles. I assume these are forts. We're going to look through the instruction manual. But there we go. There are all the punched out parts. Now we're going to take a look at some of the cards. This ought to be good. Alrighty, here are the market, the wagon extension, additional ox, and hunting cards. Now, as you can see up here, there are 2 of each. The prices can differ depending on what card you receive when you go to a fort, apparently. We're going to double check that in the instructions, but that's how it looks. And, you've got, each person can get an additional ox, each person can get a wagon addition. There is only 1 bear card. I think there's 3 deer, 2 bison, a couple of, I think 3, 4 elk. But as it is in the regular computer game, it's mostly rabbit and squirrel. So there are the market and hunting cards. Now we're going to take a look at the deaths. This ought to be good. Let's see how many dysenteries we get. I'm sure there's probably I'm guessing cholera, typhoid, and dysentery. Let's take a look. And here are the calamity cards. There are 2 of each. And these are interesting because some of these can be avoided. For example, let's see. Right here. You can avoid death by dysentery if you use a medicine, for example. And the medicine cubes are the purple ones. And you can see that not all of these are exactly calamities. Like, you can find canned food, apparently. You can find some coins. You can find food. So, much like the computer game, occasionally something good will happen. And that's very occasionally, usually in my case. But as you can see, there's a whole plethora of things that can go wrong. You can also, let's see, you can lose a pistol or a shotgun. The snake bite isn't instant death. It's just -2 to a family member. So if you've got a family member who only has like 1 health left, you're kind of SOL, I guess. Here's one that I really particularly am resonating with right now. The frozen roads. I had to set my trip to OG Junior's house back a day because of frozen roads. Still a problem. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the instruction manual and see what's what. This ought to be interesting. I'm interested to see exactly how these mechanics work. Alright, be right back. Really quickly, while I was putting everything away, I just wanted to show you 2 Ziploc baggies of your own will really help with organization. It fits in there nicely. And then, you can go ahead and put your game board back in. And your player cards. Or really, a little known fact about me, I am extremely anal about the way my games are put away. And I guess it's good for everyone else, but I'm always the one to put my own games away because I have a certain way, nope, that's not going to work, that I like things. And I store all my games horizontally. I don't have rubber bands on the cards or anything because eventually if you don't play it for a while, the rubber bands start to get like gummy and sticky and can ruin your cards. So anyway, there we go. And now we're going to take a look at the manual. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Okay, again, with the contents. I'm sorry, there's a little bit of a glare from the... It's really overcast here today, guys. It is lightly snowing right now. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, so I apologize for the glare. But again, here's the board setup. Independence is A. Willamette Valley is B. So we're going from A to B. Supplies and coins. Here's the setup. This is really nice. When they offer the board setup, they know what is going to be the most convenient, easy to reach for the most amount of players. Then each player takes their player mat, 4 family members, which are these dice here, and their matching wagon color. Okay. And let's see, gameplay. Every round is a week travel. So every round is 1 week. Okay. The Oregon Trail journey to Willamette Valley. Each player takes 1 turn each round. Rounds continue until one of the 2 end conditions are met. It's the end of game. So I assume somebody makes it or everybody's dead. Once an end condition has been met, Players finish out the round so everyone has the same number of turns before scoring. Okay, that's pretty standard, honestly. Alright, let's see here. The player that lives the furthest from their birthplace. Alright, so Old Man OG would get to go first. If we were playing just us two here at home. The player's turn consists of these steps. Start of turn, discover a trail. 2, draw a calamity card. So every turn you have to pick a calamity? Oh lord. Well, I mean, if we're going by the very original Apple IIe Oregon Trail, that's pretty accurate. Take 3 actions, and at the end of the turn, you draw a new market card, resolve a calamity card, and feed your family members. Okay. Everything, by the way, the cards, this instruction manual, the board, everything's pretty good quality. This is a Pressman game, so everything's, you know, to industry standard. And every once in a while, you'll purchase a board game, and unfortunately, the cards are basically just cheap, the card stock that you'd print like a postcard on, and these are nice. So, you discover the trail. Okay, so the fort is the castle-looking thing. A town is the little $sign house. The rivers are 2 through 6. And hunting tiles are the ones with the pine trees. Kind of figured. Okay. Types of tiles. Forts, towns, rivers, hunting, and winter. Draw a calamity card. Take your 3 actions and move. Okay. And there are videos on YouTube. I've already looked. With playthroughs, I'll probably have to watch one. There's how to cross a river, how to bike, how to use a compass. Here's the information about your additional oxen and wagon extensions. So shotguns are gray, winter clothes are white, makes sense. Spare parts are brown, big cubes. Hitchhikers. Players can pick up hitchhikers for 1 action. Hitchhikers like to occasionally hang out on the orange squares and town tiles, looking for safe passage. Hitchhikers only have 1 health point, but they do not need to be fed at the end of the player's turn. At the end of the game, a hitchhiker in a player's wagon storage gives that player $400? Wow, so it might be worth it. You know, if you've got a few, you know, yeah, it might be worth it. Here's how to feed your family members. Death and funeral expenses. Family members can lose health through starvation, drowning, winter tiles, and calamities. If a family member is forced to lose their last health point, that family member dies. A dead family member stinks up a wagon. So players must immediately place that family member on the trail tile their wagon is currently on with the headstone facing up. So, you know, that's pretty true to the old game. You know, we'd have to write our witty little headstone epitaphs. End of the game. A player reaches Willamette Valley or the last trail tile is placed. Okay, so, and I assume, you know, if everybody dies, well, that's another condition, I'm sure. Winning the game. Okay, you total up your current money, add 500 for your driver's health, adding 100 for each point of health for each family member, adding 400 for the hitchhiker, subtract 100 for each column your wagon is away from Willamette, and subtract funeral expenses for dead family members. If there is a tie, the player with the most supplies in their wagon storage wins. So there we have it. The Oregon Trail, Journey to Willamette Valley. I think I might, I really do. I think I might take this to OG Junior's house. Which, it'll be a surprise unless she happens to watch this. Because I'm posting it on Monday, and I'm not going to Wednesday. But I think this will be fun. This looks like a good time. Oh, of course, a lot of it for me is nostalgia, okay. But this looks cool. This looks like fun. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. And like I said, there are plenty of videos out there on YouTube of how to play, you know, playthroughs and things. So I'll be watching a few of those. Make sure I got all the rules right. Because, you know, it's sometimes it's easy to misunderstand or misread a rule. Alright, well, I hope everybody has a great day. Yeehaw! Let's hit the trail.